mission of this channel is to help you make improvements in every area of your life, in your faith, your family, your fitness, and your finance. But this video today is specifically focused on how to make improvements in the four walls of your home, in your marriage, and with your children. Because if you want to have the most amazing marriage, and if you want to live a fulfilling life as a parent and see your children thriving instead of just getting by, then it's going to help you to focus on the things that need to be done so that you can have that in your life. One thing that stops us as individuals from ever obtaining the things that we're going after is our own personal pride. Yeah, the P word. It's a horrible, horrible thing. That pride that says, you know what, I've got it all figured out. I don't need to listen to anybody. And when in fact, if you are a biblical person, if you believe in the Bible, if you follow Yahuwah, the God of all things, the God of creation, in his word it says that there's wisdom in many counselors. So the way I like to look at things is like, what can I glean from that person? What can I learn from them? I don't care who they are. It could be a person that barely knows how to speak English. I remember a time when I was at work and there was a group of men around, and then there was the boss, and then there was me. And I was watching the boss interact with his employees. He was telling them to do things, and the employee said, "It can't be done." And the boss says, "Yes, it can." And I'm looking at the situation like, who should I believe here? Should I believe the boss? Should I believe the employees? It does look really difficult. I don't really know how they're going to accomplish this. But then the boss of all of these people looked at me and said, "Hey, will you try it?" Because his employees didn't even want to try. So I said, "Sure, you know what? I'll give it a shot." So I took the tools, I took everything, and I put it together, and I tried doing what he asked. And lo and behold, it worked. It worked. What I learned that day is there is wisdom in many counselors. Even if you don't understand hardly a word they're speaking, but you can glean something from that person. That person saw something that I didn't see. They saw that there was a chance, even though it was just a little chance of succeeding in accomplishing that thing. He realized something that I didn't see. He realized that you have to take advantage of every little thing that you can put in your favor daily. You've got to take advantage of that. That's why I'm telling you this story right now. Because right now there are things that you're probably missing. There's things that I miss. And if I don't have the focus to put my wife and my children first, of course, we're always putting God first, but next we got to put them first and make them a priority, make our relationship with them a priority, then we're going to be missing out. So I want you to take the lesson in this video seriously, and I want you to immediately apply it to your life. I don't want you to wait for 3 years to have this video pop back up in your mind and think, "Man, I wish I'd have tried this 3 years ago." So the first thing I want to share with you out of the 3 things that I'm going to share right now is with your children. You want to build strong relationship with your children. A lot of times, and this is the one thing right here that's going to tear down your relationship with your children, being overly critical of their mistakes. Now, how many of you out there have had a parent or somebody that you look up to be overly critical towards you, and it totally demotivates and deflates you, makes you feel horrible, makes you feel like crap, doesn't it? Instead of being overly critical, I'm going to challenge you today with looking at the positive, looking at the heart. Even though you can't see the heart, because the Most High Yah, He's the only one who can see the heart. But you have to look at your child's heart and what they're trying to do. And when you do provide counsel for them, spin it into something positive. Now, this is not in a situation where it's direct disobedience. There's a time for discipline and all that. And I'm talking about, for those of you who have dealt with this, you know what I'm talking about. So, moving on to number 2. It's the way you treat your spouse. The way you're treating your spouse right now is not the way that you should be treating them, and you know that. It's not treat the other person the way they treat you. It's treating them the way you want to be treated. And now, especially if you're the husband. If you're the husband, you're setting the tone, whether you realize it or not. You are setting the tone for your entire home. Everything that happens under your roof is because of you. So first of all, you got to realize it's all my fault. But also, you can realize then I can change it. I can change this environment. So I can tell you a quick story. A few years ago, we were dealing with a lot of strife in the home. And I hated it. And I wanted it to change. And I felt powerless until I realized I wasn't powerless. That it was up to me to make sure that I treated my wife differently and I treated my children differently, and then the way that I was treating them was going to bleed off into their lives and into the siblings' lives. And after doing that for about a year or so and continuing to focus on having more harmony in my home and more joy, then we got it. But it started with me treating my spouse the way that I wanted to be treated, not treating them the way my day went, or treating them the way that work happened that day, or all the negative things that happened and took them home and dumped them on my wife and children. No, it showed up like this. I realized that I'm the leader of my home. I have to walk into the door of my home after work with joy and energy for them. That changed it all. Now, the third one is faith and prayer. Everybody always talks about, oh, pray over it. But my question for you is, when you pray, are you praying with real faith, or are you just begging for help? The difference is, I like to think about it like this. If you have to, I like to think about it like this. You have to purchase your faith with trust. So first you got to trust. And if you're not willing to trust because you want to see the evidence first, then you're never going to get to the point of operating in faith. And if you can't operate in faith, then you're only operating with the external things. I hope that you're catching this. I hope that you're really thinking about what this means, because if you can get this point, it will transform your entire life and your whole faith. I guarantee you this. If you're allowing outside circumstances to control you, then you are not operating in faith. You have to know that the power of the Word of God, Yahuwah Most High, is all written to us in faith. It's your faith that sets you free. It's your faith that justified you before the Most High. And it's your faith that says, I'm going to do these works because I believe first, and now I'm going to take the action. And that's what Abraham did, and that's why he was so loved by God. Think about it. If you operate with that kind of Abraham-like faith, how will that transform your life? So I hope I know that for some of you, you're going to say, I don't care about this. I don't want to hear it. Hey, that's fine. Keep on living your same old life the way you are. Don't change. Don't grow in your faith, your family, your fitness, or your finance, and stay the same. But for those of you who want to grow and access more higher spiritual, mental, emotional, faith, family, fitness, finance goals in your life, and help your family do the same so that you can live your best life today and not wait forever and a day to receive what is yours already, then this channel is for you. And thank you for watching, and come along with us for the journey, and let's live our best life today. Blessings.